Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about something that is rarely talked about in the nutrition and fitness industry, and that is the concept of food density. Food density. Before I get into that topic, guys, I encourage you to stick around to the end of this video, find out how you can reach me with your questions and or comments. So let's talk about food density. You often see discussions on the worldwide interwebs about clean foods versus dirty foods, and I don't want to get into that, but I do want to present you with a concept regarding whole foods or more natural foods like potatoes or apples or even sour cream, things that are low processed or no processed that basically come from nature. I want to give you a concept regarding these foods that can help you, that should be able to help you as you move forward in life and try to eat more sensibly. So here's a concept. It's called food density. Now, if we take this lovely package of Twix bars and we look at the calories, there are 12 servings of 800 calories. That's 960 calories. Most of us could eat this in a day or two if we tried. Most of us probably eat this much sugar in a day, though we'd like to pretend we don't. But anyway, in any case, even if you only had a couple of these a day, that's still 160 calories. Now we have little old Mr. Apple over here, which is about 40 calories. We would have to eat 4 apples to reach the same as just having 2 of these little Twix bars. If you ate this whole thing, and I know plenty of you guys out there probably mowed down a whole package like this before at one sitting, 960 calories, you would have to eat, what do we have, 24 apples to reach the same, 24 of these smaller apples to reach the same amount of calories as you would in here. How many of you have ever sat down and ate 24 of these small apples at one sitting? I'm wagering none of you have ever done that. I'm wagering most of you have eaten a whole box of these Twix at one sitting, or you know somebody that has. The point being here, the point is calorie density. This is very calorie dense. This is not calorie dense. It's much easier to overeat this junk than it is to overeat apples. So when you're sitting there at home and you're hungry, you can pretty much eat as many apples as you want. You'll get sick of eating the apples long before you get sick of eating the Twix bars. So that's the sweet part. Let's look at something, Hamburger Helper. I don't have any macaroni and cheese here, but we have Hamburger Helper and we have some crackers. The crackers have nearly 1,200 calories in the entire box. This Hamburger Helper has 1,550. Most of us if you're a teen or early 20s guy, you could probably knock this out in a meal easy. I've done things like this many times. I could kill a whole box of Hamburger Helper. I could kill a whole box of chicken and a biscuit. I could kill a whole box of macaroni and cheese. I've eaten 4 packs of ramen at a sitting. Not a problem. So 1,600 calories, easy to eat at one sitting. Now, if we look at Mr. Potato, which is, pretty comparable to eating, these types of carbs, Mr. Potato has like 100 calories. So to eat the same amount of calories as a box of Hamburger Helper, you'd have to eat 15 potatoes. That, my friends, is a concept of calorie density. Most of us could easily overeat this. Most of us would have a hard time eating 15 potatoes. In fact, we'd probably get a forearm pump so brutal from just slicing and peeling the potatoes we wouldn't want to eat them afterwards. We'd want to go to McDonald's and get some French fries. Again, the concept of calorie density. It's easy to overeat junk and processed stuff, typically, compared to overeating potatoes or apples. We just get tired of eating them. They're not a calorie dense food, so we might eat 3, 4, maybe we could even eat 5, but we'll move on. So you're probably saying, what about things like sour cream, things like butter, heavy fat foods, avocados, stuff like that. Typically, excuse me, most of us are not going to eat an entire container of sour cream at one sitting. If you compare this, which has 900 calories, to let's look at chips and salsa. Okay, that has about 2,100 calories for an average bag of tortilla chips and an average jar of salsa. I would bet you or someone you know knocks out bags of chips and salsa, boom, in one sitting. And you've probably done this regularly. It's real easy to do that. Do you know many guys that sit down and eat a whole jug of sour cream at one sitting? No, not typically. I have never met one. The point here being is that with natural foods like this, yes, you can use them on top of your potatoes or on top of your taco rice or whatever. It's very unlikely you're going to eat a whole thing of this at a sitting. It's very unlikely you're going to even eat a half of this jug at a sitting. Even if you ate half a jug on top of your taco rice, it is only 450 calories. Only 450 calories. That's about the size of one of those huge Jungo candy bars you can find at the gas stations. So even if you went crazy on sour cream, you're very unlikely to overeat it. The same with butter. You might put a pat or two on that might add 100 calories or 200 calories, but it's not as easy to overeat. Like I said, you don't know very many people that just sit down and eat whole sticks of butter or an entire gallon of milk or an entire carton of sour cream. If you do, you probably need help beyond what the Bearded Beast of Duloc can help you. So kids, the point of this video again is calorie density. If you choose foods that are no processed or very low processed, that basically come from nature, from the ground or from trees or from animals, that type of thing, it's very hard to overeat it, including beef and chicken. You could knock out 2,100 calories of chips and salsa tonight if you were hungry, but could you knock out 2,100 calories of bland chicken breast? Probably not. So, applying this to your life, when you eat foods like this, you're going to fill up much more easily. It's going to be harder to overeat them. And if you are hungry later, if you return back to these whole foods or more natural foods, it's going to be unlikely at that point later in the day that you're going to overeat. So it makes it harder to pack on the calories in general. So kids, obvious reason for making this video. Choose more whole foods, choose more natural foods. It'll help you maintain a more reasonable weight over time. It'll be harder to overeat. You'll be avoiding 90% of those calorie-dense foods that most of us can overeat like a freak. So guys, I hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments for the big, hairy, ugly dude, there's a link below. It is to a forum Q&A. Come on over. I'll help you with strength building, muscle building, diet, nutrition, supplementation, motivation, and how to grow a perfect beard. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.